According to one worker, they reported that many crew members aboard whale research ships have reported seeing massive creatures on the icy continent. Reports detail that when approaching Antarctica, crew members will report seeing crab or large spider-like creatures walking across the snow and having colors that help them blend into the surroundings. As their vessels begin to approach Antarctica, they quickly realize that the large masses on top of the ice are not part of the landscape, but are real creatures that quickly move away as they approach. These creatures are described as being a few inches to several feet in length, and other eyewitnesses have often reported that the creature was originally mistaken as being a rock, but as they ventured closer, they could see legs, a rounded body, eyes, and a mouth. Oddly enough, around the same time as these creatures were being reported, crew members aboard Japanese whale research ships stated that humanoid creatures were seen close to land. Later referred to as the Ningen by the Japanese crew, these creatures are believed to be some form of Antarctic humans that are impossible to understand. To this day, evidence is hard to come by, and it continues to be a mystery of the Japanese crews that experienced these occurrences on a nearly daily basis. Conflicting theories surrounding the creatures have popped up in recent years. Those on board the whale research ships have said the spider creatures are hard to identify, mainly because they blend in so well with the background, further noting that the majority of the time they get mistaken for things like rocks. As of right now, those who've worked in the region are sure that they encountered something mysterious and state that because Antarctica is such a hard place to study, there could be various species unknown to science living throughout the region. The photograph sparked a discussion on social media, with a user expressing that it bore a striking resemblance to an experience their father had while in Antarctica. The individual mentioned that their father, a doctor stationed in Antarctica in the 1990s, highlighted the presence of multiple restricted zones within the region that are off-limits for visitors. These restricted areas were emphasized to be strictly prohibited from access and exploration due to their sensitive nature and potential risks associated with venturing into these zones. The doctor detailed that there are specific areas that have been designated as off-limits to the public, leading to speculation about what secrets may lie hidden within. These restricted areas, often guarded by military personnel and surrounded by high-security fences, fuel rumors of covert operations, scientific experiments, and even advanced encounters. While official explanations cite environmental protection and scientific research as the primary reasons for restricting access, the doctor said that there is more to the story than meets the eye. According to the doctor who worked in the area for over 10 years, he stated that mysterious creatures have been found within these zones, along with the continent being home to hidden bases and research facilities where advanced technology is being studied and tested. The man added that the rumors are true of advanced technology and secret experiments being conducted in Antarctica's restricted areas. He also said that the facilities he visited are also used for testing classified weapons systems, experiments, or even developing exotic technology. Although he said that such claims may seem far-fetched, he pointed out the history of military involvement in Antarctica, adding that these missions lend credence to the idea that the continent has been used as a testing ground for secret military projects. Although he pointed out that advanced technology has been found in Antarctica and is actively being studied there, he said it's important to highlight that many of Antarctica's restricted areas are indeed used for legitimate scientific research and environmental protection efforts. However, the doctor said that the remote and inhospitable nature of Antarctica also makes it an ideal location for conducting research that may be controversial. In the world of mysteries, Antarctica holds a unique place. Its vast, icy landscapes remain one of the most unexplored regions on Earth, fueling speculation about what may lie hidden beneath its ice sheets. Recently, a photograph has surfaced from an anonymous man, purportedly taken in a remote, undisclosed location in Antarctica. This image has caused a stir among researchers and alternative historians alike, as it appears to show a Mayan-shaped pyramid rising from the snow. The discovery has led many to question whether ancient civilizations may have had a presence in Antarctica long before history books suggest, and if so, what this could mean for our understanding of human history. The photo, shared online with little context, quickly gained traction in communities dedicated to exploring the unexplained. Researchers suggested that it could be a sign of something far more significant, evidence that ancient civilizations, Potentially the Mayans, or a culture similar to them, once inhabited Antarctica. The photograph in question shows a large, triangular structure rising out of the snow, closely resembling a pyramid. Its shape is strikingly similar to the stepped pyramids found in Mayan cities such as Chichen Itza and Uxmal in Mexico. The pyramid's distinct edges and near-perfect symmetry have led some to argue that it cannot be a natural formation, but rather the remnants of a man-made structure. What makes this photograph particularly intriguing is its isolation. Antarctica is known for its barren, ice-covered expanses, making the appearance of any large, symmetrical structure a matter of curiosity. Once the mysterious photograph of the Mayan-shaped pyramid in Antarctica was shared online by the anonymous source, it quickly made its way to Facebook groups and online communities dedicated to investigating Antarctica anomalies. These groups, populated by enthusiasts, researchers, and historians, are well known for analyzing satellite images, expedition footage, and other media in search of evidence that might point to hidden structures or phenomena beneath Antarctica's ice. The image sparked an immediate and intense debate, with members of these groups meticulously examining every detail of the photograph. What caught the attention of many was the strikingly symmetrical shape of the pyramid-like structure, its sharp edges, and the apparent resemblance to the stepped pyramids found in Mayan and other ancient cultures. For those who have long believed in the presence of hidden civilizations or secret structures in Antarctica, this photograph was seen as a game-changer. One of the most striking aspects of the reaction to this photograph was the consensus among many members of these Facebook groups that this was one of the clearest images of a pyramid that had ever been shared from Antarctica. Over the years, many blurry or poorly defined images of potential pyramid-like structures have surfaced, but this photograph stood out for its clarity and the distinctness of the structure. In the past, much of the evidence shared in these forums had been dismissed by skeptics due to its poor quality, but this new image seemed different. The shared belief among many was that the structure in the photograph was too symmetrical to be a natural formation, reinforcing the idea that it was man-made, or perhaps built by a long-forgotten advanced civilization. The image sparked an array of theories and hypotheses, ranging from relatively plausible to fantastical. In the days following its appearance, the photograph became the subject of in-depth discussions and speculation. Many users proposed that the pyramid could be evidence of an ancient civilization that thrived in Antarctica before the continent was covered in ice. This theory, already popular in some circles, is based on the idea that Antarctica may have once had a temperate climate, allowing human or even pre-human civilizations to flourish there. Theories regarding Antarctica's past climate have some scientific basis. Studies of ice core samples suggest that the continent may have been ice-free millions of years ago, raising the possibility that it could have been habitable at one time. However, mainstream science holds that human civilization did not emerge until long after Antarctica had become an icy wilderness. Yet, believers in the ancient civilization theory argue that this timeline could be wrong, and that evidence of these civilizations has been hidden beneath Antarctica's thick ice sheets for millennia. Some users in these online communities went further, suggesting that the pyramid could be connected to other mysterious ancient structures, such as the pyramids of Giza in Egypt or the pyramids of Central and South America. In the vast expanse of the Antarctic wilderness, where ancient secrets and the snow-covered landscape stretch endlessly, there exists a realm of mystery and intrigue. It is within this frozen realm that our story unfolds, a story of a man who stumbled upon an extraordinary discovery, only to vanish without a trace. A man by the name of James McClellan sat in front of his computer screen, scouring Google Earth for anomalies in the Antarctic terrain. Interestingly enough, a number of anomalies have been discovered all around Antarctica throughout the years, and most of them end up on social media pages that are dedicated to studying mysterious phenomena. The man detailed that as he zoomed in on a remote region of Antarctica, he couldn't believe what he was looking at. He described that nestled amidst the snow and ice was a peculiar formation, a perfect circle standing out against the stark white backdrop. The moment his discovery of the UFO embedded in the snow in Antarctica hit social media, it ignited a firestorm of speculation, fascination, and intrigue unlike anything seen before. As word spread like wildfire across platforms such as Twitter, Facebook, and Reddit, people from all corners of the globe weighed in with their reactions, theories, and opinions. Social media users said that this is one of the clearest UFOs that has been found in Antarctica, while some users shared jokes, poking fun at the idea of extraterrestrial visitors in the icy wilderness of Antarctica, while others delved into deep discussions about the implications of such a monumental discovery. Facebook became a battleground of competing narratives, with users passionately debating the authenticity of the find. Posts flooded timelines, with some users sharing news articles and photos of the UFO, while others dismissed it as a hoax or a misinterpretation of natural phenomena. Oddly enough, although this photograph seems too good to be true, amateur researchers pointed out that this isn't the first time that an unidentified object has been found embedded within Antarctica's ice. Reports of UFOs embedded in the snow of Antarctica are as elusive as they are intriguing, with accounts dating back decades and spanning the furthest reaches of the continent. Witnesses describe encountering strange metallic objects protruding from the ice and snow, their sleek surfaces glinting in the faint polar light. Some describe the objects as disc-shaped, while others report seeing cylindrical or triangular craft buried beneath the frozen surface. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence for UFOs embedded in the snow of Antarctica comes from satellite imagery captured by various space agencies and private organizations. Images depicting anomalous shapes and formations hidden beneath the ice have surfaced, prompting speculation about the nature and origin of these mysterious sightings. Some suggest that the objects may be remnants of crashed spacecraft or ancient artifacts, while others propose more outlandish theories involving extraterrestrial visitation and government cover-ups. In recent years, advances in technology and the proliferation of satellite imagery have fueled renewed interest in the phenomenon of UFOs embedded in the snow of Antarctica. Researchers and enthusiasts scour satellite images in search of anomalies, hoping to uncover evidence of hidden truths lurking beneath the frozen surface. And while some dismiss the sightings as natural geological formations or optical illusions, others believe that they may hold the key to unlocking the mysteries of the universe. One of the challenges in unraveling the mystery of UFOs embedded in the snow of Antarctica lies in the remote and inhospitable nature of the continent itself. With vast expanses of uncharted territory and harsh environmental conditions, conducting thorough investigations into reported sightings can be logistically challenging and resource-intensive. Yet, despite these obstacles, researchers and explorers continue to brave the elements in search of answers, driven by an insatiable curiosity and a desire to uncover the truth. One of the most tantalizing theories to emerge from the investigation into UFOs embedded in the snow of Antarctica is the notion of ancient civilizations or lost civilizations hidden beneath the ice. Proponents of this theory point to satellite imagery showing geometric shapes and patterns that appear to be of artificial origin, suggesting the presence of intelligent design. Some speculate that these ancient civilizations may have possessed advanced technology or knowledge far beyond our own, and that their legacy may still be buried beneath the ice, waiting to be discovered. In addition to ancient civilizations, some theorists suggest that UFOs embedded in the snow of Antarctica may be evidence of extraterrestrial visitation. According to this theory, the continent may serve as a hotspot for alien activity due to its remote location and inhospitable environment. Sightings of UFOs and unexplained phenomena in the region are cited as evidence of extraterrestrial presence, with some speculating that the objects buried beneath the ice may be spacecraft or artifacts left behind by visiting aliens. Despite the tantalizing nature of these theories, the truth behind the sightings of UFOs embedded in the snow of Antarctica remains elusive. Skeptics argue that the sightings may be the result of natural geological processes or misinterpretations of satellite imagery, while others dismiss them as hoaxes or delusions. The mysterious UFO presence above Antarctica. The history of UFO sightings above Antarctica dates back to the early days of polar exploration, when intrepid adventurers ventured into the uncharted reaches of the southernmost continent. Tales of strange lights dancing in the sky and mysterious objects darting among the clouds became a staple of Antarctic lore, passed down through generations of explorers and researchers. Yet, it was not until the advent of modern technology and satellite imagery that the true extent of UFO activity above Antarctica began to emerge. In recent years, a growing number of reports and sightings have been documented, sparking renewed interest and speculation among scientists, researchers, and UFO enthusiasts alike. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence for UFO activity above Antarctica comes from satellite imagery captured by various space agencies and private organizations. Images depicting anomalous objects and unexplained phenomena have surfaced, raising questions about the nature and origin of these mysterious sightings. In one notable incident, satellite imagery captured by NASA's Earth Observing System revealed a series of strange, disc-shaped objects hovering above the Antarctic continent. The images, which quickly spread across social media and online forums, sparked intense debate and speculation about the possibility of extraterrestrial visitation. Similarly, reports from Antarctic research stations and expeditions have recounted encounters with unidentified aerial phenomena, further fueling speculation about the presence of UFOs in the region. Witnesses describe seeing bright lights in the sky, erratic movements, and other inexplicable phenomena that defy conventional explanation. Theories abound as to the origin and nature of these mysterious sightings. Some suggest that the UFOs observed above Antarctica could be of terrestrial origin, such as secret military aircraft or experimental technology being tested in the remote reaches of the continent. Others speculate that the sightings may be evidence of extraterrestrial visitation, with Antarctica serving as a potential hotspot for alien activity due to its remote and inhospitable nature. Yet, amidst the speculation and conjecture, one thing remains certain. The sightings of UFOs above Antarctica represent a tantalizing mystery that continues to elude explanation. Despite advances in technology and our understanding of the universe, the true nature of these mysterious phenomena remains shrouded in mystery. One of the challenges in unraveling the mystery of UFOs above Antarctica lies in the remote and inaccessible nature of the continent itself. With vast expanses of uncharted territory and harsh environmental conditions, conducting thorough investigations into reported sightings can be logistically challenging and resource-intensive. However, efforts to study and understand UFO activity above Antarctica are ongoing. Scientists and researchers continue to analyze satellite imagery, gather eyewitness accounts, and deploy cutting-edge technology in an effort to shed light on the strange phenomenon. During the early expeditions to Antarctica, tales of UFO sightings became woven into the fabric of exploration lore, adding an element of mystery to the already daunting challenges of navigating the icy wilderness. From the late 19th century onwards, as explorers ventured deeper into the uncharted reaches of the continent, reports of strange lights in the sky and mysterious objects hovering above the horizon began to surface. One of the earliest documented sightings occurred during the heroic age of Antarctic exploration in the early 20th century. During Admiral Richard Bird's historic expeditions to Antarctica in the 1920s and 1930s, reports of UFO sightings became increasingly common among members of his crew. Accounts from Bird's expeditions recount sightings of luminous objects darting through the sky, hovering above the ice shelves, and disappearing into the depths of the Antarctic wilderness. Despite efforts to rationalize and explain these sightings, many remained perplexed by the inexplicable nature of the phenomena. In his notebook, Bird describes venturing into the vast reaches of the planet's interior, covering a distance of 1,700 miles while traveling through mountains, lakes, rivers, lush vegetation, and a variety of fauna. American Navy officer Richard Bird, who was born in 1888, devoted his professional life to exploring new areas and leading expeditions there. Admiral Bird is primarily recognized for his proficiency in polar exploration. He served as a navigator on numerous expeditions that descended into the North Pole, Antarctica, South Pole, and Arctic. Notably, Bird claimed to have found a route to Agartha, the mythical city thought to be situated in the center of the Earth, during his first flight over the North Pole. Bird joined the U.S. Navy as an ensign after earning his degree from the U.S. Naval Academy in 1911. He received his flight training at the U.S. Naval Air Station in Pensacola, Florida, and was a distinguished member of the Navy. He created navigational techniques and equipment for NC flying boats after the war, one of which accomplished the Navy's first transatlantic aircraft flight in 1909. In addition, he helped with dirigibles intended for transatlantic travel. His Arctic career began in 1924, when he commanded a small naval aviation detachment attached to Commander D.B. Macmillan's Arctic expedition, which was based at Etah and travelled to western Greenland. Inspired by his flight over glaciers and sea ice in western Greenland, Bird was adamant about reaching the North Pole. Bird, in the role of navigator, and Floyd Bennett, in the role of pilot, claimed to have undertaken the first aeroplane trip to the North Pole on May 9, 1926, departing from Kings Bay, Spitsbergen, Norway, and returning. The only problem during the 15-and-a-half-hour trip was an oil leak from their Fokker tri-motor airplane's starboard engine. They were acclaimed as national heroes and awarded the U.S. Congressional Medal of Honor as a result of their accomplishment. Still, there was always a question as to whether they had actually made it to the North Pole. After Bird's death, one of his early collaborators, Bernd Balchen, even claimed that the flight to the North Pole was a fraud. In May of 1927, Bird helped American aviator Charles A. Lindbergh during his solo transatlantic voyage by offering navigational instruction. Bird played a crucial role in arranging for Lindbergh to have access to a specially lengthened runway and in getting him ready for the flight. Bird and his three friends made the decision to try their own west-to-east transatlantic flight after being inspired by Lindbergh's accomplishment. On the Ross Ice Shelf, close to the Ross Sea, Bird erected Little America, a large and well-stocked station, during his first tour of Antarctica in the years 1928 to 1930. Flying over the Antarctic continent, this expedition was the biggest and best-equipped one at the time. They found the mountain range known as the Rockefeller Mountains, and they dubbed the unexplored area that lay beyond it Marie Byrd Land, in honor of Bird's spouse. The Admiral's supposed flight into Earth is the most fascinating part of the story. Rear Admiral Richard E. Byrd flew to the North Pole in 1947 while serving in the U.S. Navy. There are rumors that his plane may have entered the inner Earth instead of just flying over the pole. Journal entries from his notebook relate his excursion into the Earth's interior, which he travelled 1,700 kilometers across, seeing scenes of mountains, lakes, rivers, verdant vegetation, and fauna. The story begins in this journal, when unidentified planes arrived to welcome the renowned aviator. It was clear from his unfamiliarity with these flying devices that he had come onto something entirely new. They told him that because of his excellent moral and ethical standards, he had been granted entry into Agartha, the famous city situated deep under the earth. These entities made the choice to forge closer ties with the outside world in order to protect our planet and avoid it being destroyed along with their own civilization. With their lives irrevocably changed, Admiral Bird and his crew were flown back to civilization by their guides. The North and South Poles, according to Admiral Bird, are only two of many gates that lead to our planet's inner core. Admiral Bird stated that earlier scientists had also believed that the interior Earth had its own inside sun. It is hypothesized that the Earth's poles are convex rather than concave, as is the common view. This would imply the presence of apertures through which aircraft and ships could be able to fly or float. The story's believers said that although the American media reported Admiral Bird's discoveries, they were soon covered up by a covert international cover-up that our well-meaning authorities had masterminded. The editor of Flying Saucer magazine, Ray Palmer, produced a detailed piece regarding Admiral Bird's discoveries. The US government reportedly obtained, destroyed, or confiscated almost every copy of the article before destroying the printing press plates. It is a sign of naivete to think that such a cover-up could not be planned. A very identical thing happened to an article on Admiral Bird's discovery that was published in National Geographic. After it was released, US authorities actively searched for and destroyed almost every copy of that specific edition. This brings up a fascinating question. If the Agartha story was false after all, why would the government be so terrified of this information being shared? Secret bases. The notion of clandestine installations and covert operations in Antarctica traces its origins back to the early days of polar exploration, when nations vied for dominance in the race to uncover the secrets of the frozen wilderness. With the signing of the Antarctic Treaty in 1959, which established Antarctica as a scientific preserve and banned military activity on the continent, the idea of secret bases took on an air of intrigue and mystery. One of the most persistent rumors surrounding secret bases in Antarctica revolves around the notion of German remnants from World War II establishing hidden strongholds in the icy wilderness. According to some accounts, high-ranking members of the German party fled to Antarctica following the fall of Germany, where they purportedly built underground bunkers and research facilities in a bid to continue their experiments and pursue their agenda of global domination. While mainstream historians dismiss such claims as fanciful and unsubstantiated, proponents of the theory point to alleged sightings of German submarines and aircraft in the vicinity of Antarctica, as well as purported evidence of underground tunnels and structures hidden beneath the ice. Additionally, declassified documents from the era suggest that both Allied and Axis powers were keenly interested in Antarctica for its strategic and scientific significance, adding a layer of plausibility to the notion of secret German bases on the continent. Another theory posits that modern nations, including the United States and Russia, have established covert installations in Antarctica for purposes ranging from scientific research to military experimentation. Proponents of this theory point to satellite imagery showing anomalous structures and unusual activity in remote regions of the continent, as well as accounts from whistleblowers and alleged insiders who claim to have first-hand knowledge of secret bases hidden beneath the ice. One of the most widely cited pieces of evidence for the existence of secret bases in Antarctica comes from the declassified documents released by WikiLeaks in recent years. Among the trove of documents are references to a purported secret area of Antarctica, a top-secret facility allegedly operated by the United States government for classified research and development projects. While the authenticity of these documents remains a subject of debate, they have fueled speculation and curiosity about the true extent of human activity in Antarctica. In addition to alleged military installations, some theorists speculate that Antarctica may be home to hidden bases operated by extraterrestrial beings or advanced civilizations. Accounts of UFO sightings and unexplained phenomena in the region have led some to believe that Antarctica holds the key to unlocking the mysteries of the universe, and that secret alien bases may lie hidden beneath its icy surface. Despite the lack of concrete evidence to support such claims, the allure of secret bases in Antarctica continues to captivate the imaginations of researchers. Whether rooted in fact or fantasy, the idea of hidden installations in the frozen wilderness serves as a testament to humanity's enduring fascination with the unknown and the unexplored. Recently, a curious individual browsing Google Earth made a surprising discovery: a pyramid-like structure emerging from the icy landscape of Antarctica. The formation, which appeared perfectly geometric with sharp lines and triangular symmetry, stood out against the stark white background of the surrounding snow and ice. As news of the sighting spread, it ignited a wave of intrigue and speculation across social media and online forums, where people began to wonder about its origins. Is it a natural geological formation, a remnant of an ancient civilization, or even something unknown? The Antarctic pyramid has captured the imaginations of countless people, pushing them to question what secrets may still lie hidden within Earth's least explored continent. According to the individual who spotted the structure, the pyramid's shape was too precise to be a coincidence. Situated in one of the most isolated and inhospitable regions on the planet, the pyramid-like structure's defined edges, sharp angles, and near-perfect symmetry made it stand out dramatically from the uneven terrain of the Antarctic landscape. Google Earth images show the formation rising above the surrounding ice fields, with what appear to be clean, even sides that converge to a pointed apex, similar to the pyramids seen in Egypt, Mexico, and other ancient civilizations around the world. The striking contrast between the white background and the dark, shadowed edges of the pyramid created an almost surreal image that quickly became a focal point for online discussions. One of the most compelling aspects of this discovery is its location. Antarctica is known for its extreme conditions, with temperatures that can drop below -80 degrees Fahrenheit and nearly year-round ice cover. As one of the most isolated places on Earth, it remains largely unexplored, with only a few research bases operated by scientists conducting studies on climate, biology, and geology. Unlike the world's other continents, Antarctica has no permanent human inhabitants, and its environment is so severe that only a handful of people have ever ventured into its interior regions. The combination of harsh weather and isolation has allowed Antarctica to retain much of its mystery, and the discovery of a pyramid-like structure adds another layer to the continent's allure. Following the discovery, online forums and social media platforms became flooded with theories and explanations, ranging from the plausible to the fantastical. One popular theory suggests that the pyramid could be a natural geological formation. Some geologists argue that natural forces, such as wind erosion, glacial movement, and volcanic activity, can sometimes create shapes that resemble man-made structures. However, many are skeptical of this explanation, pointing out that few nunataks display the precise geometry and angles seen in the Antarctic pyramid. Another theory proposes that the pyramid could be the remnant of an ancient civilization that once inhabited Antarctica, potentially during a time when the continent's climate was far warmer and more hospitable than it is today. There is evidence to suggest that, millions of years ago, Antarctica had a temperate climate, with abundant forests and even animal life. Advocates of this theory suggest that an advanced civilization may have thrived in Antarctica before the continent was buried in ice, leaving behind structures that have only now come to light due to advancements in satellite technology like Google Earth. Some researchers have even speculated that an ancient civilization could have built a pyramid on Antarctica as part of a spiritual or astronomical practice, similar to the purposes of pyramids in Egypt and Central America. The concept of an ancient civilization in Antarctica has been discussed by researchers and fringe theorists alike. Some proponents of alternative archaeology argue that the presence of pyramid-like structures around the world, from Egypt to Mexico to Indonesia, points to a shared ancient knowledge or cultural connection between these distant societies. They believe that if a civilization did exist in Antarctica, it might help explain certain archaeological mysteries, such as the advanced architectural techniques and astronomical alignments seen in pyramids elsewhere. While mainstream archaeology remains skeptical of these claims, the idea has captivated the public and inspired debates over humanity's forgotten history. For those inclined toward more speculative explanations, the Antarctic pyramid has also fueled theories about extraterrestrial activity. Some believe that the structure could be an alien artifact, left behind as a marker or base for otherworldly visitors. The fact that Antarctica is so difficult to reach and largely uninhabited adds to the mystery, making it an ideal location, in the minds of some theorists, for extraterrestrial installations hidden from human view. According to this theory, the pyramid may hold secrets about humanity's origins or the existence of life beyond Earth, and the fact that it went unnoticed for so long lends credence to the idea that it was intentionally concealed. While no concrete evidence currently supports these more extraordinary claims, the Antarctic pyramid has nonetheless reignited the desire to explore the mysteries of the continent further. Scientists and researchers are cautious in their interpretations, with most explaining that natural geological formations can sometimes produce shapes that appear artificially made. However, the symmetrical lines and distinct shape of the Antarctic pyramid make it difficult for some to accept it as a simple rock formation. Ultimately, the discovery of the pyramid on Google Earth underscores how much of Antarctica remains uncharted and unexplored. As technology continues to advance, our ability to observe and map remote regions of the world will inevitably lead to more discoveries like this one. The Antarctic pyramid reminds us that there are still places on Earth that hold mysteries, waiting for us to uncover them and make sense of their origins. The Antarctic pyramid, for now, stands as a symbol of the unknown. Whether it is a natural geological feature, the relic of an ancient civilization, or something entirely beyond our understanding, it has captured the curiosity of people around the world. Eric Hecker, a former contractor for Raytheon, has recently come forward with astounding disclosures regarding a covert space program being conducted in Antarctica. Having spent a year stationed at the South Pole, Hecker witnessed firsthand the hidden operations taking place beneath the icy expanse of one of the most remote locations on Earth. His testimony, which includes details about advanced technology, directed energy weapons, and intergalactic communication systems, has sent ripples through the UFO research community. In a revealing interview with Dr. Michael Salla, Hecker disclosed that Antarctica is home to a highly advanced, secretive infrastructure that extends far beyond scientific research. According to his findings, the IceCube neutrino detector, a massive scientific instrument officially designed to detect cosmic neutrinos, is actually a powerful phased array transmitter. Hacker revealed that each digital optical module within the system can transmit over 2,000 volts, making the array one of the most powerful phased array transmitters in existence. Upon making this discovery, Hacker began researching the implications of such a high-powered transmission system. His findings led him to contact other researchers who had previously speculated about the existence of directed energy weaponry and communication devices designed for interstellar spacecraft. Based on his knowledge and the information shared by these researchers, Hacker is convinced that the ice cube neutrino detector is being used as a sophisticated communication apparatus for intergalactic communication. During the interview, Dr. Sala, who has spent years researching extraterrestrial contact and secret space programs, expressed particular interest in the idea of quantum communication. He noted that standard electromagnetic transmissions face significant delays when used over interstellar distances, making them ineffective for real-time communication between spacecraft traveling beyond the speed of light. Hacker's revelations do not stop at communication technology. He further claims that the ice cube neutrino detector possesses capabilities that go far beyond scientific research, suggesting that it may double as a directed energy weapon. He highlights a curious and alarming correlation, that seismic activity increased significantly around the time IceCube was first activated. According to Hacker, this cannot be dismissed as mere coincidence. He speculates that the detector has the capability to trigger earthquakes, either intentionally or as an unintended consequence of its operations. One of Hacker's most shocking claims is that the Antarctic facility is actively tracking UFOs. He asserts that the advanced sensors and communication systems installed at the base are being used to monitor unidentified aerial phenomena, many of which exhibit characteristics that defy known physics. The IceCube neutrino detector, which is supposedly designed to detect subatomic particles, is in fact a massive phased array transmitter capable of scanning far beyond Earth's atmosphere. According to Hacker, the South Pole facility has been detecting and tracking objects that operate outside of human technological capabilities, including craft that move at incredible speeds, make abrupt directional changes, and seemingly disappear at will. He suggests that these UFOs are not just being observed, but that there is an ongoing attempt to communicate with them through advanced transmission systems. This claim aligns with previous whistleblower testimonies, suggesting that governments and secret space programs have long been aware of extraterrestrial craft and have been actively monitoring them. The fact that such operations are taking place in Antarctica, a continent with heavily restricted access and little civilian oversight, further supports the idea that this base is engaged in activities that the global elite do not want the public to know about. Another groundbreaking revelation from Hacker is the assertion that the IceCube facility is being used for faster-than-light communication. Traditional radio waves and electromagnetic transmissions are limited by the speed of light, making them impractical for interstellar communication. However, Hacker describes a different kind of communication system in place at Antarctica, one that involves quantum-based transmissions that allow for instantaneous data exchange across vast cosmic distances. Dr. Michael Sala, who interviewed Hacker, has also expressed interest in this concept, stating that if such technology exists, it would explain how advanced civilizations are able to communicate across galaxies in real time. If Antarctica's secret base is truly utilizing quantum entanglement or other advanced transmission methods, it could mean that direct communication with extraterrestrial intelligences has already been established. This could also suggest that governments have been in contact with non-human entities for years, exchanging information and possibly receiving guidance or technological advancements from these civilizations. If Hacker's claims are accurate, this could be one of the most significant discoveries in human history, one that has been deliberately hidden from the public to maintain control over advanced technology and extraterrestrial knowledge. One of the more unsettling aspects of Hacker's testimony is his claim that the Antarctic facility is capable of causing earthquakes. He suggests that the same energy system used for communication and tracking UFOs is also being weaponized to create seismic disturbances. This aligns with growing concerns about directed energy weapons and tectonic warfare, where powerful energy bursts can be used to manipulate Earth's natural forces. If true, this raises serious ethical and geopolitical concerns. The ability to trigger earthquakes remotely could serve as a powerful military tool, allowing certain nations or organizations to manipulate global events, destabilize regions, or create natural disasters that appear to be purely coincidental. Given Antarctica's remote location, such experiments could be conducted without attracting much public scrutiny. If the technology being tested at this secret base is indeed capable of manipulating the Earth's tectonic systems, it could mean that governments and military powers have access to weapons far more advanced than anything openly acknowledged. Perhaps the most visually striking aspect of Hecker's revelations is his description of massive green laser beams being shot into the sky from the Antarctic facility. These beams, which have been captured on satellite images and observed by other researchers, suggest that an unknown energy transmission system is in operation at the South Pole. Hecker claims that these lasers could be part of a highly advanced system related to communication, space-based weaponry, or atmospheric manipulation. Some researchers speculate that these green lasers may be involved in experiments with high-energy plasma fields, potentially connected to projects involving weather or even otherworldly research. These sightings also correlate with reports of strange atmospheric anomalies over Antarctica, where pilots and satellite imagery have documented unusual energy patterns and disturbances in the sky. If these beams are indeed part of a classified government or military project, it raises the question, what exactly is being tested in Antarctica, and why is it being hidden from the world? Hecker's revelations provide a compelling narrative that suggests Antarctica is far more than just an icy wasteland used for scientific research. If his claims are true, the South Pole is home to one of the most advanced secret installations on Earth, engaging in UFO tracking, interstellar communication, seismic weaponry, and energy experiments that defy conventional science. His testimony aligns with decades of speculation and whistleblower accounts that have suggested that Antarctica plays a key role in classified military and extraterrestrial operations. The extreme level of secrecy surrounding the continent, combined with the restricted access imposed by global powers, suggests that something extraordinary is being concealed beneath the ice. If these claims are true, the public deserves to know the full extent of what is happening in Antarctica. Are world governments in contact with extraterrestrials? If Hecker's assertions are accurate, then the ice cube facility may not simply be a neutrino observatory, but rather a key component in an advanced global weapons system, capable of manipulating geophysical events for strategic purposes. Another major concern is that Antarctica has long been a region of restricted access, with military oversight, classified research programs, and hidden facilities that remain largely unknown to the general public. Hecker's revelations support the claims of other whistleblowers, who have also suggested that Antarctica is a hub for secret scientific and military programs that are far more advanced than anything officially disclosed. Following Hecker's explosive statements, many within the UFO research and exopolitics communities are calling for full transparency regarding the activities in Antarctica. If IceCube is truly being used for quantum communication and directed energy applications, then the world has a right to know who is operating it, what its true purpose is, and whether its use poses a risk to global stability. Dr. Michael Salla has emphasized that Hecker's testimony aligns with years of research, suggesting that Antarctica is home to hidden extraterrestrial and advanced technological projects. The secrecy surrounding Antarctica, coupled with the classified nature of military and research operations there, only adds credibility to Hecker's claims. Why would access to Antarctica be so tightly controlled if it was merely a site for climate and neutrino research? Why has there been such limited public discussion regarding the full capabilities of the IceCube facility? Eric Hecker's testimony has sparked new discussions about what is truly happening in Antarctica, but whether his claims will lead to full disclosure remains uncertain. As more whistleblowers come forward and independent researchers continue to investigate, the push for transparency regarding secret space programs and advanced energy technology will only grow stronger. If IceCube is indeed part of a larger effort to facilitate intergalactic communication, then it is possible that governments have already made contact with extraterrestrial intelligence and are keeping this knowledge hidden from the public. Alternatively, if Hecker's claims about directed energy weapons are true, it suggests that certain global powers have developed technology capable of manipulating natural disasters for strategic advantage. Regardless of the full extent of the truth, one thing is clear: the world deserves answers. Hecker's courage in coming forward with these revelations has provided a critical piece of the puzzle, and as more information emerges, it is only a matter of time before the reality of these covert programs is fully exposed. Many believe that Antarctica is home to highly classified programs due to its extreme isolation and restricted access. The vast, icy expanse of the continent provides the perfect cover for top-secret research, military experiments, and advanced technological projects that governments and private organizations do not want the public to know about. Unlike other locations on Earth, Antarctica has no civilian population, making it an ideal location for covert operations that can continue without outside interference or public scrutiny. The Antarctic Treaty System, which governs activities on the continent, has strict regulations that limit access to certain areas, further fueling speculation that hidden research facilities and underground bases exist beneath the ice. A mysterious video surfaced today on 4chan, sending shockwaves through online communities and UFO research circles. The footage, which appears to show an egg-shaped UFO being retrieved from a cave in Antarctica, has ignited a firestorm of speculation. The anonymous poster who uploaded the video provided minimal information, but confirmed that the retrieval took place in November 2022. When pressed on why they chose to release the footage now, the user simply stated that they can't answer that. This vague but ominous response has only fueled theories that the video could be another whistleblower leak, similar to the recently released egg-shaped UFO footage aired by NewsNation. The coincidence of two separate leaks, both showing egg-shaped craft being retrieved by the United States, has led many to believe that something extraordinary is unfolding behind the scenes. Are these leaks part of a coordinated effort to reveal classified UFO retrieval operations? Or is this another attempt to gradually disclose the reality of non-human technology hidden from the public for decades? Antarctica has long been rumored to be a location of hidden secrets, from ancient lost civilizations to secret military bases and extraterrestrial activity. Due to its inhospitable conditions and restricted access, the frozen continent has been the subject of speculation regarding classified government operations that remain unseen by the public. If the video is genuine, it suggests that something unusual was discovered deep within an Antarctic cave, possibly hidden for centuries or even millennia. The egg-shaped UFO appears to have been buried or concealed, leading some to speculate that it could be part of an ancient extraterrestrial presence on Earth. If these craft are being recovered in such remote locations, it raises serious questions about their origins. Were they left behind by visiting extraterrestrials, hidden away by past civilizations, or part of an undisclosed global program that has been retrieving these objects for years? This theory aligns with past testimonies from military insiders who have hinted that Antarctica has been the site of multiple classified retrieval missions, many involving objects that do not belong to any known human technology. Could this egg-shaped UFO be yet another piece of evidence that governments have long been aware of non-human craft operating on Earth? The timing of this leak is highly suspicious, given that just days ago, NewsNation aired footage of another egg-shaped UFO retrieval operation allegedly conducted by the United States. The similarities between the two events have raised immediate concerns that this could be part of a larger, more systematic disclosure effort. In both cases, the craft is egg-shaped, seemingly seamless, and recovered by US forces. The implication is that these are not isolated incidents, but part of an ongoing series of classified retrieval missions. The fact that this new video emerged so soon after the NewsNation footage suggests that someone within the intelligence or military community may be deliberately leaking this information to push for full disclosure. Could this be the work of insiders who believe the public deserves to know the truth? If so, this could mean that more leaks are coming, and the world is on the verge of a major breakthrough in UFO transparency. One of the most perplexing elements of this story is the poster's refusal to explain why the footage was only released now. If the event took place in November 2022, why wait over a year to make it public? The most likely explanation is that the poster is constrained by security concerns. If they were involved in the retrieval operation or had access to classified material, releasing it too soon could have put them in danger. It is possible that they waited for the right moment, perhaps after other leaks had already begun to surface, in order to minimize the risk to themselves. Another theory is that there is a larger strategy behind these leaks, with multiple whistleblowers working together to gradually expose the reality of UFO retrieval programs. If this is the case, then the release of the Antarctica video may be just one step in a much bigger disclosure process that is currently underway. If this video is legitimate, the implications are monumental. The recovery of a second egg-shaped UFO in a completely different part of the world suggests that these craft are not rare anomalies, but part of a larger phenomenon. It also raises serious questions about what governments already know about these objects. Additionally, the fact that both videos depict retrieval operations conducted by the US government raises concerns about how much control the military has over this technology. If these craft operate using propulsion systems beyond human understanding, could they already be studying and reverse engineering them in secret? The increasing number of leaks suggests that the fight for UFO disclosure is reaching a breaking point. Governments can no longer dismiss these events as hoaxes when insiders, military personnel, and whistleblowers are coming forward with credible evidence. The world is now watching closely, and pressure is mounting for governments to finally come clean about what they know. If more footage or testimony surfaces, it could force intelligence agencies and military leaders to admit that they have been recovering UFOs for decades. If this leak is part of a larger coordinated effort, it may not be long before the public receives undeniable proof that we are not alone. With more whistleblowers potentially preparing to come forward, the truth about these egg-shaped craft and their origins may finally be revealed. Antarctica has long been shrouded in mystery, not only because of its extreme isolation and harsh climate, but also due to its alleged connection with UFOs. Over the years, military officials and researchers have suggested that something unusual is happening on the frozen continent, with reports indicating that UFOs have been found buried deep beneath the ice. These claims, combined with the increased military presence and secrecy surrounding certain Antarctic operations, have led many to believe that there is far more going on in Antarctica than we are being told. The idea that extraterrestrial craft or advanced non-human technology may be hidden beneath Antarctica's ice sheets is not as far-fetched as some might assume. Satellite imagery has revealed anomalous structures, large underground voids, and unexplained heat sources beneath the ice, which some believe could be evidence of buried UFOs or ancient bases of non-human origin. Several whistleblowers and military insiders have hinted at classified retrieval operations in Antarctica, suggesting that these UFOs may have crashed or landed there thousands of years ago and remained preserved by the ice. Military interest in Antarctica has been well documented, with nations such as the United States, Russia, and China conducting secretive research and expeditions to the continent. While much of this activity is officially described as scientific exploration, some believe that the true reason for the military's involvement is to investigate and possibly recover hidden extraterrestrial technology. Reports have surfaced claiming that high-ranking officials have acknowledged Antarctica's connection to UFO phenomena, fueling speculation that governments have known about the presence of non-human craft for years but have kept the information classified. Several theories attempt to explain why UFOs would be found in Antarctica. Some researchers suggest that the continent, which was once free of ice millions of years ago, may have been a suitable landing site or base for an advanced extraterrestrial civilization. Others believe that UFOs have crashed into Antarctica due to its electromagnetic anomalies, which could interfere with navigation systems. Regardless of the exact explanation, the repeated claims of buried UFOs and covert operations to study them continue to raise significant questions. As more whistleblowers and insiders step forward, the calls for transparency regarding what is truly happening in Antarctica grow stronger. If these claims are real, then the existence of UFOs buried beneath the ice would not only confirm non-human intelligence, but also force a complete re-evaluation of history, science, and our understanding of advanced technology. These retrieval programs, which have remained hidden from public scrutiny for decades, allegedly involve the covert recovery and study of non-human craft, often in remote or highly restricted areas. According to insiders, these egg-shaped objects defy the principles of traditional aerospace engineering, raising profound questions about their origin, purpose, and the scientific principles that govern their movement. If the claims are true, humanity may be on the verge of uncovering technology that could revolutionize transportation, energy, and even our understanding of physics itself. Military personnel involved in these retrieval missions describe the egg-shaped craft as smooth, metallic, and seamless, with no visible seams, rivets, or markings. Unlike conventional aircraft, which require wings, exhaust systems, and fuel sources, these objects appear to function without any obvious means of propulsion. Despite this, they have been observed performing extraordinary aerial maneuvers, including instantaneous acceleration, silent hovering, and the ability to change direction without inertia limitations. One former Air Force officer who worked within a classified recovery unit described an incident in which an egg-shaped craft was retrieved from a crash site. The object, estimated to be about 20 to 30 feet in length, was found intact, with no external damage. Engineers and scientists assigned to examine the craft were baffled by its composition and flight mechanics, as they found no evidence of engines, propulsion systems, or conventional electronic components. When attempts were made to reverse engineer the craft's properties, researchers were unable to determine how it generated lift or movement. The biggest mystery surrounding these egg-shaped UFOs is how they are able to fly. Without visible engines or thrusters, the craft appear to defy the laws of physics as we currently understand them. Scientists within retrieval programs have reportedly proposed several theories to explain their operation, though none have been confirmed. One leading hypothesis is that the craft employ a form of gravity manipulation or anti-gravity propulsion. This theory suggests that the objects generate their own localized gravitational fields, allowing them to negate inertia and move in ways that defy human-built technology. If true, this would indicate that the creators of these craft have mastered physics at a level far beyond anything currently achievable on Earth. Another theory is that these objects utilize zero-point energy, a concept within quantum mechanics that suggests the ability to extract limitless energy from the fabric of space itself.